We have an idea of the ideal place that we would like to work in or the ideal job for us. And in the same way, companies have an idea of the ideal employee that they would like to have work for them. Are you a model employee, and why should you want to be one? Let's talk about that. When you decide to work for a company, you look for certain things that will fit with your ideal of how you want your job to be. You'd like to grow there professionally, and therefore you consider certain things. How much money they're willing to pay you, your scope for growth and development, how much you learn, how much you'll advance in your career, and how this will serve you when you want to move on and go on to greater things. Well, the same thing applies to a company, which is why you might have to go through endless rounds of interviews and answer hundreds of questions, because they want to ensure that you are the right match for the job that they have for you. Not only that, but you're a right fit for the company, that you will be aligned to their vision and their mission, that you will develop a sense of ownership for your job, and you will deliver on your promise. Well, overall, let's just say a company is looking for an employee who is highly productive, creative, and proactive. Basically, a person who's completely justifying the money that the company is paying to that employee as a salary for the job that they do. The company tries to identify and nurture the talents of these individuals so that when the time rolls around for benefits, salary raises, promotions, and retention, you as a model employee head the top of the list. So what are some of the things that a company looks for in a model employee? These are in no particular order, but they are all good qualities to possess. They're looking for an employee who is punctual and who is good at time management. This means not only reporting to work at the correct time, showing up for meetings on time, meeting clients on time, but also being able to manage their work well in the allotted time and go home at the given time. Staying back later does not mean that you're more hardworking. It just means that you're inefficient at handling your time. A lot of people tend to stay back even after they finish their work for the day, just to show their bosses that they are staying back longer and they're working harder. But this just means that you're not good at handling your time well. You are not able to complete your work in the time allotted to you, and that is actually a bad thing. You need to display very good organizational skills, whether this is on a personal level, keep all your work well organized, have everything ready, sales figures, or whatever it is that you have promised by a certain time. If anybody asks you for it at any given point of time during the project completion, you have it ready to show to them. So in one respect, you need to be very dependable, and you also need to be very adaptable. So that means if something comes up unexpectedly and you are suddenly required to switch lanes, you can do that with the least amount of stress and trouble. Change is a necessary and unavoidable part of life, and you should accept change because you never know when it will lead you on to something bigger and greater. You will find yourself at a distinct advantage if you're a good team player, if you play well with others basically, and you respect other people's opinions. Don't put anybody down irrespective of their experience or lack thereof, because everybody has a learning curve. Just because you know something much better than somebody else does, that doesn't give you the right to look down on anybody else. Instead, you can adopt an attitude of mentorship and helping other people out in their job so that you bring them up the curve faster. And especially if you didn't have somebody to do that for you, you should definitely do it for other people. Employers like employees who are coachable and who are open to suggestions and feedback. You will never really fully learn all that there is to learn about your subject, and there is always room for growth. You should always be open to being coached and to being guided by somebody who is more experienced and more knowledgeable than you. Living under the assumption that you already know everything that there is to know about your subject is delusional, and you will only sabotage yourself and prevent yourself from further growing. So every employee has a list of key performance indicators that they work according to. So these are a list of things that you are expected to do in your job. It can be different for each individual or each department, and the people who just get by are the people who meet expectations. Your objective should always be to exceed expectations or to outperform, because that's what will differentiate you from everybody else. You need to be a person of great integrity, and that means never lying, making up excuses, or blaming others for your mistakes. If you have done something that is a mistake, accept it, accept whatever punishment comes along with it, and move on. Being a person of integrity is like wearing a badge of honor, and you will gain the reputation of being the most loyal, trustworthy, and dependable person in your organization. It is really important also to have a positive attitude and to be solution oriented, which means that instead of complaining about a problem, be part of the solution. Try and find a solution for the problem that you're complaining about instead of just adding to the problem. If you can find a mentor or somebody to guide you through your job, that's a lovely thing. But in case you can't, it always serves you well to be self-motivated and to learn at the job yourself. Take the trouble to invest in yourself. Grow as an individual, grow as an employee, and it is definitely bound to serve you in the long run. A big one is to be very professional and mature, to stay calm under pressure, and to display emotional intelligence in all situations. That means your emotional reactions should be appropriate to the situation and not over the top. A company wants an employee who is aligned to the company's mission. He sees himself as an integral part of the company and takes ownership for his area of work. Because when the company wins, everyone wins. You're probably thinking, this seems like a lot to expect from me because I'm just one person, right? But the thing is, we expect a lot from our organizations too. And the good ones do try to satisfy us to a great extent, but at the end of the day, they are just businesses too, and they want more bang for their buck. Which is to say that they want the best from you for the money that they pay you, because eventually compensation equals contribution. You will get compensated for the amount you contribute. So whether or not you do all these things to become a model employee or not, I would suggest that you do them for yourself. If you develop all these skills in yourself, it will help you not only to grow in this company, but throughout your career for the rest of your life. So that was my video for today. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also to come back to my channel for more videos like this. I'll be back soon with another video. I'll see you soon. Bye.